Today's question is, what is the meaning of the Valley of Dry Bones in Ezekiel chapter 37? In this video, I'll answer that question from a biblical perspective. Then afterwards, as always, I'll share some helpful resources, so stick around until the end. Ezekiel's vision of the Valley of Dry Bones in Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 1 through 14, came to him after God had directed him to prophesy the rebirth of Israel in chapter 36. God announced through the prophet that Israel will be restored to her land in blessing under the leadership of David, my servant, whom shall be king over them. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 24. Clearly a reference to the future under Jesus Christ, the Messiah, descendant of David. However, this promise seemed impossible in light of Israel's present condition. She was dead as a nation, deprived of her land, her king, and her temple. She had been divided and dispersed for so long that unification and restoration seemed impossible. So God gave Ezekiel the vision of the dry bones as a sign. God transported Ezekiel, probably not literally, but in a vision, to a valley full of dry bones and directed him to speak to the bones. Ezekiel was to tell the bones that God would make breath enter the bones and they would come to life, just as in the creation of man when he breathed life into Adam, in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Ezekiel obeyed. The bones came together, flesh developed, skin covered the flesh, breath entered the bodies, and they stood up in a vast army. This vision symbolized the whole house of Israel that was then in captivity. Like unburied skeletons, the people were in a state of living death, pining away with no end to their judgment in sight. They thought their hope was gone and they were cut off forever. The surviving Israelites felt their national hopes had been dashed, and the nation had died in the flames of Babylon's attack with no hope of resurrection. The reviving of the dry bones signified God's plan for Israel's future national restoration. The vision also, and most importantly, showed that Israel's new life depended on God's power and not the circumstances of the people. Putting breath by God's Spirit into the bones showed that God would not only restore them physically, but also spiritually. The Israelites residing in the Holy Land today are not the fulfillment of this prophecy. It will be fulfilled when God regathers believing Israelites into the land and Christ returns to establish his millennial kingdom. Want to learn more? Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Visit gotquestions.org for more great content and check out the details section below this video. There you'll find one book I recommend along with several links to related questions. If you'd like to learn about Bible Munch or if you're interested in bite-sized devotionals, subscribe to Bible Munch on YouTube. It's linked right here. Now remember, got questions? The Bible has answers. We'll help you find them.